Gurubhyo Namaha, Harihi Om, Namaste. Today we are on the 45th session of the Sundarakandam learning series. We have just started the 13th Sarga. We have completed up till the 6th Shloka in the previous class. Before we proceed to the 7th Shloka, there is a correction that we need to make in the 5th Shloka. We will just see the meaning again. Iha sampatina Sita Ravanasya niveshane akhyata gridhrarajina cha pashyami kamaham. That Sita who was referred by Sampati, I have not found her. Remember, that was the meaning that we had seen in the previous class for this particular shloka. Basic meaning is correct. There, from the Bhashyam, I had quoted one particular sentence. I said, Anupalabdhi pramanat abhava nishchayaha na iti hetuhu. This is the statement that I had made. But the example that I had given was from a different pramana known as Arthapatti. Arthapatti means inference. The example I had given in the previous class, though I had justified it for abhava, okay, is not the precise example. Today I will explain. See, the example that I had given in the previous class was Pino Devadattaha Divana Bhunkte. The fact Devadatta does not eat in the day. So what do we infer? He eats in the night. And I had mentioned in the previous class that the absence of eating in the day does not mean absence of eating completely. And I had justified the statement, okay, saying that abhava nishchayaha na iti hetuhu na. So now we will take it from the actual pramana which is mentioned here. Anupalabdhi pramanat abhava nishchayaha na iti hetuhu. Now, anupalabdhi, what does that mean? Anupalabdhi means just not finding something. Anupalabdhi. Upalabdhi means finding something. Anupalabdhi means not finding something. For example, I will give you one simple, easy to understand example. You go to a school. Okay, some random school. You walk past a classroom, which is particularly noisy. Okay, you peek into the classroom to see why is it so noisy. Okay, Sreshta, why is the classroom noisy? Yeah?
Because the teacher is absent or the kids are...
Correct. Teacher is not there. Exactly. That is only anupalabdhi. Teacher is not there. Okay. At that point of time, teacher is not there. But does that section not have a class teacher forever? Can any school work like that? No. So, anupalabdhi pramanat, because of the absence of a teacher in the classroom, we cannot infer complete absence of teacher. This is the statement made by the commentator. Because of the absence of Sita in Lanka, we cannot infer her entire absence only. We can't say she is not there at all. Just because Hanuman has not found her, it does not mean she is not to be found at all. That is a statement we must understand. The example that I had given that day, I had drawn logical inference to say that abhava nishchayaha, na, abhava is not there. But here, this is an even more easier and simpler statement that the commentator had made, which I wanted to reiterate because it is a mistake that I made. I should not have given that example. So I'm coming back, I'm correcting myself and saying that this is the example you should take. Anupalabdhi pramanat abhava nishchayana means just because you don't find something doesn't mean it doesn't exist at all. Okay, so this is the statement that I wanted to correct. Now we will move forward. We have already seen in the 6th shloka, we saw in great detail. To quickly summarize what we have seen in this sarga so far, Hanuman, after reassuring himself in the previous shloka, the Anirveda Shriyo Moolam, Anirveda Param Sukamna, he told himself this and said, Tasmat Anirveda Karam Karyam Cheshteham Uttamam. So I should do work which is free from despair, full of hope, full of enthusiasm. So saying, he started looking for Mata Sita. Didn't find her anywhere. Okay, even went to the extent of justifying, just because Sampati told that she is there and I don't find her doesn't mean that she is not there at all. Then comes the 6th shloka, where we had seen a very beautiful explanation. Sita, Vaidehi, Maithili, Janakatmaja. Each nama of Sita Mata indicating something. Okay, and the parallel drawn between the Jivatma, okay, that is going towards the Dasha Indriyas. Ravanam Dushtacharinam Vivasha Upatishteta. For that statement, we had seen the parallel between how we get beleaguered by our sense organs and we are drawn away from our true self. Okay, so this was explained in the previous class. Now we move on to the next shloka. I hope the audio is clear. The video is not freezing. It's clear, right? Okay. Kshipramutpatato manye, Kshipramutpatato manye, Sita madaya rakshasaha, सीतामादाय रक्षसः बिभ्यतो रामबाणानाम् बिभ्यतो रामबाणानाम् अन्तरापतिता भवेत् अन्तरापतिता भवेत् क्षिप्रमुत्पततो मन्ये सीतामादाय रक्षसः क्षिप्रमुत्पततो मन्ये सीतामादाय रक्षसः बिभ्यतो रामबाणानाम् अन्तरापतिता भवेत् बिभ्यतो रामबाणानाम् अन्तरापतिता भवेत् टुगेदर क्षिप्रमुत्पततो मन्ये सीतामादाय रक्षसः बिभ्यतो रामबाणानाम् अन्तरापतिता भवेत्. Okay, so we have to add, here we have the verb, manye. Manye means I believe. So now Hanuman is trying to give reasons. We saw, no? Anupalabdhi pramanat abhava nishchayaha na. Because he has not found Sita Mata so far, doesn't mean she doesn't exist, right? So now he is trying to justify. Is it possible that there has been a slip between the cup and the lip? Is it possible that she has disappeared in the middle somewhere? So he's trying to find new reasons as to why she may not be there. Okay, so manye, I believe. So these are all his theories. Rama Bananam. Okay, of the arrows of Rama. Bibhyataha, Rakshasaha. The afraid Rakshasa, namely Ravana. In fear of Rama's sharp fierce arrows, out of fear, the Rakshasaha, this is Ravana, Sitam Adaya, having brought Sita. Okay. Kshipra Utpatataha, one who was flying at a great speed. Kshipra means what? Immediately, quickly, fast. Utpatataha means flying. One who was flying. Who was flying? Ravana. Okay. Antarapatita bhavet. In the middle, she may just have fallen in flight. So Ravana, out of fear for Rama's arrows, might have been proceeding speedily on his Vimana with Sita Mata. And in the middle, she may just have fallen. Antara patita. In the middle, she may just have fallen from the Vimana. So this is what one reason that he thinks as to why he's not able to find Sita Mata. Athava hriyamanayaha. Athava hriyamanayaha. Pathi siddhanishevite. Pathi siddhanishevite. Manye patitamaryaya. Manye patitamaryaya. Hridayam prekshya sagaram. Hridayam prekshya sagaram. Athava hriyamanayaha pathi siddhanishevite. Athava hriyamanayaha pathi siddhanishevite. Manye patitamaryaya. Hridayam prekshya sagaram. Manye patitamaryaya. Hridayam prekshya sagaram. Together. Athava hriyamanayaha pathi siddhanishevite. Manye patitamaryaya. Hridayam prekshya sagaram. Okay, so here also the verb is manye, I believe. Again, one more reason that he juxtaponates. So why is she not there? Athava, or else. Siddhanishevite. In the path traversed by the Siddhanishevite pathi. Pathi means path. Okay. Siddhanishevite. In the path frequented by the Siddhas. We've seen in the first Sarga also. Siddhas and Charanas take the aerial route. So on the Divamarga, on the aerial route, Hriyamanayaha, one who was being carried away. Who's that? Sita Mata. Aryayaha, Hridayam, Sagaram Prekshya, Patitam. Aryayaha, of the noble lady, Sashti Vibhakti. Aryayaha, of the noble lady. Hridayam, heart. Sagaram Prekshya, seeing the ocean. Patitam, fallen. Iti manne. So, seeing the massive ocean opening up in front of her, Sita Mata might have been scared. Hridayam Patitam here is an euphemism for out of fear she may have fallen into the ocean. Okay. So, seeing depth of the ocean, trembling with fear, she may have lost her heart and therefore she might have lost her courage and therefore might have fallen down. Okay. If there are any questions, you can please stop and ask me. I'm moving forward. Fairly simple, I thought. रावणस्योरुवेगेन रावणस्योरुवेगेन भुजाभ्यां पीडितेन च भुजाभ्यां पीडितेन च तया मन्ये विशालाक्ष्या तया मन्ये विशालाक्ष्या त्यक्तं जीवितमार्यया त्यक्तं जीवितमार्यया रावणस्योरुवेगेन भुजाभ्यां पीडितेन च रावणस्योरुवेगेन भुजाभ्यां पीडितेन च तया मन्ये विशालाक्ष्या त्यक्तं जीवितमार्यया तया मन्ये विशालाक्ष्या त्यक्तं जीवितमार्यया. Together. रावणस्योरुवेगेन भुजाभ्यां पीडितेन च तया मन्ये विशालाक्ष्या त्यक्तं जीवितमार्यया. Here also manye, I believe. What does he believe? Ravanasya uruvegena bhujabhyam piditena cha vishalakshya taya haryaya jeevitam tyaktam iti manye. Let me explain word by word. Ravanasya uruvegena. By the speed of Ravana's uru. Uru means thighs. Because he is carrying her, kidnapping her, he must have held her close to him so that she would not fall. So, because of the speed of Ravana's thighs, because of the pressure of Ravana's thighs, bhujabhyam piditena, because of being pressed because she was being pressed by Ravana's bhuja, shoulders. Okay, you can imagine Sita Mata being sandwiched by Ravana in between his thighs and his shoulders. What a sad state to be. Just thinking of it makes us feel so bad, no? How she would have felt. Vishalakshya taya aryaya. The one with long, beautiful eyes. But the word here to be noted is aryaya, one of noble conduct. For one whom chastity is the primary virtue, for such a person being held by Ravana like that, would have caused her to lose her life instantaneously. Jeevitam tyaktam iti manye. Just by being held by Ravana like that, she would have decided, oh no, I don't want to live anymore, and she would have lost her life. So he thinks. Uparyuparivanunam Sagaram Kramatastatha Sagaram Kramatastatha Viveshtamana Patita Samudre Janakatmaja Uparyuparivanunam Sagaram Kramatastatha Uparyuparivanunam Sagaram Kramatastatha Viveshtamana Patita Samudre Janakatmaja Viveshtamana Patita samudre janakatmaja. Together. Uparyupari vanunam sagaram kramatastatha viveshtamana patita samudre janakatmaja. Here the word from the previous shloka only, the logic is continued. Okay. So tada, we have to, sorry, tatha, likewise. Sagaram upari upari kramataha janakatmaja viveshtamana sagare nunam patitaha. Iti manye you can add also. Sagaram upari upari kramataha. Sagaram, above the ocean. Sagaram upari upari, going higher and higher above the ocean. Kramataha, ascending. Who was ascending? The Vimana was ascending. Sita Mata and Ravana were ascending. Janakatmaja viveshtamana. Janakatmaja, the daughter of Janaka, Sita Mata. Viveshtamana means one who was wriggling hard to extricate herself from Ravana's firm grip. Sagare Nunam Patita. In the ocean, she must have surely fallen. So she was being pressed by Ravana's Bhuja and his Uru. She would not have liked it. She must have lost her life. Else, trying to escape from Ravana's grip, she was wriggling and ascending higher and higher in the sky. Because she was wriggling to be free, she might have fallen into the ocean and lost her life. This is what Hanuman is thinking. Aho kshudrena chanena, aho kshudrena chanena, rakshanti sheelamatmanaha, rakshanti sheelamatmanaha, abandhur abandhur bhakshita sita, abandhur bhakshita sita, ravanena tapasvini, ravanena tapasvini. Aho kshudrena chanena rakshanti sheelamatmanaha, aho kshudrena chanena rakshanti sheelamatmanaha, abandhur bhakshita sita, ravanena tapasvini, abandhur bhakshita sita, ravanena tapasvini. Now Hanuman gets a little excited. See, he's thought of all these reasons. He now believes she is dead. Now he's thinking of various reasons as to why she is dead. So here there is no time to even say the word manya, I believe, and all. He's not telling. Directly he starts with aho, alas. Okay, oh no, Sita. Okay, atmanaha sheelam rakshanti abandhu tapasvini. Sita, we have to add. Okay, atmanaha sheelam rakshanti. Atmanaha, of the self. Sheelam, chastity, virtue. Rakshanti, while preserving. One who was preserving her chastity, as she was preserving her chastity. Abandhu, one without any support, without any help. The helpless, tapasvini, the virtuous lady, Sita, kshudrena anena ravanena, bhakshitaha. Kshudrena, cruel, by the kshudrena anena kshudrena ravanena, by the cruel Ravana. Kshudra means cruel, despicable. By the despicable Ravana, we have this sloka in Bhagavad Gita, no? Kshudram hridaya daurbalyam tektva utishta parantapa. Krishna says to Arjuna, like that. Kshudram means what? Despicable nature. So anena kshudrena ravanena, by the despicable Ravana, bhakshitaha, must have been eaten up. Because she was not falling prey to his advances, Ravana, being a Rakshasa that he is, and possibly a cannibal, would have eaten her up. So he thinks and he says, aho. So he, gets a shock as he thinks of that thought. And then, Athava Rakshasendrasya, Athava Rakshasendrasya, Patnibhir asite kshana, Patnibhir asite kshana, Adushta bhavabhir, Bhakshita sa bhavishyati, Bhakshita sa bhavishyati, Athava Rakshasendrasya, पत्नीभिर् असिते क्षणा अथवा राक्षसेन्द्रस्य पत्नीभिरसिते क्षणा अदुष्टादुष्टभावाभिर्भक्षिता सा भविष्यति अदुष्टादुष्टभावाभिर्भक्षिता सा भविष्यति टुगेदर अथवा राक्षसेन्द्रस्य पत्नीभिरसिते क्षणा अदुष्टादुष्टभावाभिर्भक्षिता सा भविष्यति भविष्यति she may be. Here bhavishyati is used in the sense of bhavishyati usually, right, is future tense, but here bhavishyati is used in the sense of past conditional. It may have happened, it must have happened this way, may have happened this way. Okay. Athava, or else. Adushta, the blameless one who did nothing wrong. She was just sitting there and she got kidnapped. Asitekshana, the one with dark eyes. Sa, who is that? Sita Mata. Dushtabhavabihi Rakshasendrasya Patnibihi. Rakshasendrasya Dushtabhavabihi Patnibihi. Rakshasa's chief, Ravana's Dushtabhavabihi is the adjective for whom? Patnibihi. The wives of, by the wives of. Tritiya Vibhakti, Bahuvachanam in the sense of Hetu. By the wives of. Okay, what kind of wives? Dushtabhavabihi, the cruel wives. Bhakshita Bhavishyati, she may have been eaten up by the cruel wives of Ravana. So he continues on the fantastic thought, she must have been eaten up by Ravana. No, she may have been eaten up by the cruel wives of Ravana. So he's lamenting the fact that she may be thus lost. Sampurna Chandra Pratimam. One more reason for loss now. Sampurna Chandra Pratimam Padma Patra Nibhekshanam Padma Patra Nibhekshanam Ramasya Dhyayati Vaktram Ramasya Dhyayati Vaktram Panchatvam Kripanagata Panchatvam Kripanagata Sampurna Chandra Pratimam Padma Patra Nibhekshanam Sampurna Chandra Pratimam Padma Patra Nibhekshanam Ramasya Dhyayati Vaktram Panchatvam Kripanagata Ramasya Dhyayati Vaktram Panchatvam Kripanagata. Together. Sampurna Chandra Pratimam Padma Patra Nibhekshanam Ramasya Dhyayati Vaktram Panchatvam Kripanagata. Okay. Kripana, by the poor lady, sad lady. Who? Sita Mata. Sampurna Chandra Pratimam Padma Patra Nibhekshanam Ramasya Vaktram Dhyayati Panchatvam Gata. Okay, iti manye. Kripana, by the poor lady, Sampurna Chandra Pratimam Padma Patra Nibhekshanam Vaktram. Vaktram means face. Whose face? Ramasya Vaktram. Rama's face. How did it look? Sampurna Chandra Pratimam. Similar to the full moon. Padma Patra Nibha Ikshanam. One whose eyes are like the lotus petals. Eyes are like lotus means you'll find it difficult to compare. Lotus fully bloomed, it looks different. Unbloomed lotus, maybe we can say, but here very precise. Padma Patra Nibhekshanam, like the lotus petals. What is like the lotus petal? The eyes. Ramasya Vaktram, Rama's face. Dhyayati, one who was constantly thinking of. Panchatvam Gata, must have lost her life because she would have fixed her mind, done dhyana on the Lord so much that without any cognition of where she is and what is happening to her, she may have just given up the body and said, let me be with Rama in spirit. So she would have just given up her body. What? Panchatvam is a word which means death. We have seen in Virinchi Panchatvam Rajati Harirapnoti Viratim and Saundaralahari. Remember, what is the word Panchatvam? There also I had noted and told. Now also I will tell. The word Panchatvam means going back to the five elements. We are from the five elements. The body is made of the five elements. So when we go back to the five elements and attain, essentially lose the form, okay, and essentially lose the body, that is only death, no? So the meaning of Panchatvam here is death. The implication is going back to the five elements. In Virinchi Panchatvam also I had told, he is the one because of whom Srishti happens. Even he himself goes back to the five Mahabhutas. So he himself meets his destruction. So here in this case, she would have lost her body. She would have cast off her body. Say, whatever belongs to earth, go back to earth. Whatever belongs to water, go back to water. Whatever belongs to fire, go back to fire. I only want Rama in my mind, nothing more. So Ramasya Vaktram Dhyayati Panchatvam Gata. That miserable lady would have given up her body thinking only of Rama. Then this is her Vilalapa, how she's crying. According to Kataka, the commentator, who is one of the old commentators, this shloka in the next one are not there in the original Ramayana, but this is there in all the later commentators, including Bhushana, the Tilaka commentary, and other commentaries. So we keep them and we study them. Ha Rama Lakshmanetyevam, Ha Rama Lakshmanetyevam, हायोध्ये चेति मैथिली, हायोध्ये चेति मैथिली, विलप्य बहुवैदेही, विलप्य बहुवैदेही, न्यस्तदेहा भविष्यति, न्यस्तदेहा भविष्यति. हा राम लक्ष्मणेत्येवं, हायोध्ये चेति मैथिली, हा राम लक्ष्मणेत्येवं, हायोध्ये चेति मैथिली, विलप्य बहुवैदेही, न्यस्तदेहा भविष्यति, विलप्य बहुवैदेही, न्यस्तदेहा भविष्यति. Together. हा राम लक्ष्मणेत्येवं, हायोध्ये चेति मैथिली, विलप्य बहुवैदेही, न्यस्तदेहा भविष्यति. Bhavishyati here also is used in the sense of may have become. Vaidehi, Maithili, the one without a body. Maithili, the one belonging to, okay, sorry, I went to the early reference. Vaidehi, one who belongs to Videha. Maithili, the one who is the princess of Mithila. Now going into the deeper meaning, the one who does not identify herself with the body, Vaidehi. Maithili, the one in that satsanga of Mithila. Ha Rama, Ha Lakshmana. O Rama, O Lakshmana. Ha Ayodhya, O Ayodhya. Ayodhya, deeper meaning, that which cannot be defeated. One, that city which cannot be, which will not, cannot ever be faced by an enemy. No enemy will dare stand up against it. Ayodhya. Okay. That yodhum na shaknoti iti. Okay. That which you cannot fight against. Okay. So why? It is an impregnable fortress. Fortified by what? Okay. Fortified by knowledge. That city which is protected by Rama, who Sakshat Paramatma. So that city, which can, and of who belongs to the great Raghu Vamsha. Raghu himself was such a king that he could win over and he could support Indra in his battles. Every king in the Ikshvaku dynasty has supported Indra in his battles. So such powerful kings Ayodhya has seen. So she says, Ha Ayodhya, oh that Ayodhya, impregnable city. Iti Bahu Vilapya. So saying, having lamented thus, Nyastadeha Bhavishyati. She will have lost her body. Nyastadeha, one who was cast off her body, cast off life. Bhavishyati, she would have become. Okay, so here also, now from the previous shloka, she was only thinking of Rama and she cast off her life, cast off her body. Here she is lamenting the fact that Rama and Lakshmana and Ayodhya are not in her side anymore. She who belongs to Videha, she who belongs to Mithila, she feels that she is now in the clutches of the Dasha Griva, of the 10 Indriyas, and therefore she is lamenting her fate. The shloka number 6 and 14 have to be understood parallelly. If you have any doubts, please ask. I don't know if I was clear enough. Any questions? No. Okay. अथवा निहिता मन्ये अथवा निहिता मन्ये रावणस्य निवेशने नूनं लालप्यते सीता नूनं लालप्यते सीता पञ्जरस्थेव शारिका पञ्जरस्थेव शारिका अथवा निहिता मन्ये रावणस्य निवेशने अथवा निहिता मन्ये रावणस्य निवेशने नूनं लालप्यते सीता पञ्जरस्थेव शारिका नूनं लालप्यते सीता पञ्जरस्थेव शारिका together अथवा निहिता मन्ये रावणस्य निवेशने नूनं लालप्यते सीता पञ्जरस्थेव शारिका. Here the verb really manye, I believe. अथवा or else. Ravanasya niveshane nihita. In Ravana's palace. Nihita. One who is kept hidden. Who is that? Sita. Sita. Panjarastha Sharika Iva. Sharika means Maina. Okay, the bird Maina. Panjarastha. That which is bound in a panjara or a cage. Panjara means cage. The word stha refers to one who is situated in a cage. Panjare sthita. Iti panjarastha. One who is in a cage. Who is that? The bird. Iva. Like that. Noonam. Surely. Lalapyate manye. She would have been crying. So he now rationalizes that she must indeed be dead. Because if she were alive and she was kept captive by Ravana, then like a caged bird would lament at its fate and keep crying, she would also have been crying. I would have surely heard her cries. I did not hear her cries, and therefore she must indeed be dead. He thinks, and he feels very bad about it, right? Then we go on to Janakasya Suta Sita. Janakasya Suta Sita. Ramapatni Sumadhyama. Ramapatni Sumadhyama. Kathamutpalapatrakshi. Kathamutpalapatrakshi. Ravanasya Vasham Vrajet. Ravanasya Vasham Vrajet. Janakasya Suta Sita. Ramapatni Sumadhyama. Janakasya Suta Sita. Ramapatni Sumadhyama. Kathamutpalapatrakshi. Ravanasya Vasham Vrajet. Kathamutpalapatrakshi. Ravanasya Vasham Vrajet. Together. Janakasya Suta Sita. Ramapatni Sumadhyama. Kathamutpalapatrakshi. Ravanasya Vasham Vrajet. Katham Ravanasya Vasham Vrajet. He asks this question. How can she come in the control of Ravana? She must surely be dead. Because if she was in the control of Ravana, I would have heard her. Or maybe is there some magic involved? That's what he'll discuss next. So, Katham Ravanasya Vasham Vrajet. How? Vrajet means what? Could have come under. Katham, how? Ravanasya Vasham, under Ravana's control. Who? Janakasya Suta, Janaka's daughter. Ramapatni, Rama's wife. Sumadhyama, the lady with a beautiful waist. Utpala Patrakshi, one with eyes like the Utpala or Nilotpala, we say, the dark blue lilies. One whose eyes are like dark blue lilies. Sita Mata. How could she have come under Ravana's control? Please remember the parallel. Now again, I'm not doing the same parallel between 6 and 16. Janakasya Suta, daughter of a Jnani. Sita, Ayonija, therefore one who has no divine, one who is of divine origin. Ramapatni, the one who is of the divine, belongs to the divine. Sumadhyama, one with a beautiful waist, can also be taken as one whose heart is pure. Sumadhyama, the Madhyabhaga is the heart. One whose heart is pure and free from all malas. Katham, Utpala Patrakshi, one with eyes that distinguish between right and wrong, eyes of Viveka. Such a person, how can she fall under the grip of the Indriyas? Okay, that way 6 and 16 can be connected. Because I explained 6 in detail. I'm not going into Janaka, Sisuta, Sita, Ramapatni. Just this part, I'm drawing the parallel. Those who missed the class, please watch the recording without fail so that you get the link between these shlokas. Vinashta va pranashta va vinashta va pranashta va mrita va janakatmaja mrita va janakatmaja ramasya priyabharyasya ramasya priyabharyasya na nivedayitum kshamam na nivedayitum kshamam विनष्टा वा प्रणष्टा वा मृता वा जनकात्मजा विनष्टा वा प्रणष्टा वा मृता वा जनकात्मजा रामस्य प्रियभार्यस्य न निवेदयितुं क्षमं रामस्य प्रियभार्यस्य न निवेदयितुं क्षमं together विनष्टा वा प्रणष्टा वा मृता वा जनकात्मजा रामस्य प्रियभार्यस्य न निवेदयितुं क्षमम् न क्षमम् अस्ति it is not. What is not kshamam? What is not proper? Janakatmaja vinashta va pranashta va Sita, whether lost. Okay, both words pranashta and vinashta in English mean lost, but in Sanskrit the prefix, if you notice, is different. One is prefixed, the word nashta is prefixed by v, the other is prefixed by pra. Okay, so the meanings are a little different. Okay, vinashta means someone who is lost, maybe temporarily, maybe in a way by which she has been secreted and kept secretly. Okay, that is the meaning of vinashta. Pranashta means what? Irretrievably lost. Okay, pranashta, prakarshena we say, no, very badly, completely lost. Okay, so pranashta means can never be attained again. So vinashta, there is a possibility that she is right now lost, but can be retrieved. Okay, so whether lost temporarily or lost forever. That way you can take. Okay. Basically, in the Bhushanakara commentary, we find this. Tirtha, okay, in his commentary, reverses the meaning. He says Vinashta means completely lost, Pranashta means lost and can be retrieved. But it is just a grammatical thing. One means lost temporarily, the other means lost forever. Mritava, if she is dead. Priya bharyasya ramasya nivedayitum nakshamam. Nivedayitum, to report this, it is not appropriate. To whom? Ramasya. To tell this to Rama, what kind of Rama? Priya bharyasya, one who loves his wife. To the one who loves his wife, to Rama, how can I go? With what face will I tell him his wife is lost? Whether temporarily or permanently, or maybe she is dead forever, God knows what it is. Okay, how will I tell him that she is lost? So, nivedito na kshamam, I cannot tell. Okay, so that is what he says. It is not appropriate for me to tell this to Rama. Then what can he do? He has to stay there in Lanka only. Or he has to face others. What should he do is what he thinks. So this is a classical conundrum that we all face, right? We make a mistake or we don't achieve something. There are other stakeholders in the process. Do we tell them the news that we haven't achieved and that we've not been able to do it, or we've made a bad mistake? Let's take it as a mistake. Can we tell them that we have made a mistake? or should we keep our mouth shut? Is it better to keep our mouth shut? Will it help others if we don't tell? Or will it help others if we tell? In this case, it seems like a no-win situation. Correct? Because if he tells, it's going to cause a lot of problems. If he doesn't tell, then where does he go from there? There is no place for him to go. So it is a no-win situation. So there is no alternative. So this is a kind of, between a rock and a hard place. He's caught in that kind of a situation. So what should he do? This is what he's analyzing. Many of us are in that position in life. No? So we have to kind of think, what does he do here? To think about, okay, what should we do in life? Nivedyamane doshasyat. Nivedyamane doshasyat. दोषस्यात् अनिवेदने दोषस्यात् अनिवेदने कथं नु खलु कर्तव्यम् कथं नु कर्तव्यम् विषमं प्रतिभाति मे विषमं प्रतिभाति मे निवेद्यमाने दोषस्यात् दोषस्यात् अनिवेदने निवेद्यमाने दोषस्यात् दोषस्यात् अनिवेदने कथं नु खलु कर्तव्यम् विषमं प्रतिभाति मे कथं नु खलु कर्तव्यम् विषमं प्रतिभाति मे टुगेदर निवेद्यमाने दोषस्यात् दोषस्यात् अनिवेदने कथं नु खलु कर्तव्यम् विषमं प्रतिभाति मे. This particular shloka, no, is the motto for procrastinators and people who are stuck in not doing anything. Those who are stuck in inaction. For them, this is the motto. I don't know what to do. Everything looks difficult. So I will do nothing. For those people, this is the guiding shloka. Okay. Now this is not good for us, right? So what does he say? Nivedyamane doshaha syat. By informing Rama. Nivedyamane sati. Saptami vibhaktyam. If I inform Rama, by informing Rama, doshaha syat. There is a problem. It is bad. Anivedane. If I do not inform, I'll be disloyal. There also dosha syat. There is a dosha in it. Katham kartavyam na khalu me vishamam pratibhati. What should I do? Kartavyam here refers to not duty as you understand in common parlance, but there is tavyat pratyaya, which is basically to say that what ought to be done. Okay, katham, what ought to be done? I don't understand only. Vishamam pratibhati. It appears difficult. Pratibhati appears. Vishamam difficult. It appears to be very difficult, says Hanuman. So now Hanuman is caught between two difficult situations. He's wondering, if I do this, it's a problem. If I don't do this, it's a problem. So what should I do? It looks very difficult. What do I do? So even he faces such situations, right? Just like us. Asminnevam gate karye अस्मिन्नेवं गते कार्ये प्राप्तकालं क्षमं च किम् प्राप्तकालं क्षमं च किम् भवेदिति मतं भूयो भवेदिति मतं भूयो हनुमान् प्रव्यचारयन् हनुमान् प्रव्यचारयन् अस्मिन्नेवं गते कार्ये प्राप्तकालं क्षमं च किम् अस्मिन्नेवं गते कार्ये प्राप्तकालं क्षमं च किम् भवेदिति मतं भूयो हनुमान् प्रव्यचारयन् भवेदिति मतं भूयो हनुमान् प्रव्यचारयन् टुगेदर अस्मिन्नेवं गते कार्ये प्राप्तकालं क्षमं च किम् भवेदिति मतं भूयो हनुमान् प्रव्यचारयन्. Here the word is pravyacharayan. Some of you may have the word pravicharayat in your text. Both have the same meaning. He thought. Okay, deliberated. Pravyacharayan, one who was deliberating. He was deliberating. What was he deliberating? Asmin karye, in this matter. Evam gate. When evam gate sati, sati saptami. When things have taken a turn like this, in this delicate matter, when things have come to such a pass, prapta kalam kshamam kim. What is the proper time and what is the proper course of action? Prapta kalam, appropriate time. Kshamam, appropriate action. Kim, bhavet, what will it be? Iti matam, this opinion. Hanuman, bhuyaha, again, pravicharayat or pravyacharayan, deliberated. So again, he reassessed the situation. In this given situation, given that things have taken such a bad turn where I've not been able to find Sita Mata after considerable effort, and now it looks as if she may actually be lost forever. In this situation, what is the right time and place to do the correct action? What is the correct action that must be done? So he thought again. So that is Hanuman's strength. Instead of giving up and saying, Vishamam Pratibhati, ham kimapi na karomi. Like this, he didn't sit. What did he say? Vishamam Pratibhati. And then he started thinking, what should I do next? Okay, so that is how we learn from Hanuman, to think and to get out of a difficult situation. He still doesn't manage to get out, by the way. He continues to deliberate. Yadi Sitama Drishtvaham. Yadi Sitama Drishtvaham. Vanarendrapurimitaha. Vanarendrapurimitaha. Gamishyami tatah kume. Gamishyami tatah kume. Purushartho bhavishyati. Purushartho bhavishyati. Together. So, line by line. Yadi Sitamadrishtvaham Vanarendrapurimitaha. Yadi Sitamadrishtvaham Vanarendrapurimitaha. Gamishyami tatah kome. Purushartho bhavishyati. Gamishyami tatah kome. Purushartho bhavishyati. Together. Yadi Sitamadrishtvaham Vanarendrapurimitaha. Gamishyami tatah kome. Purushartho bhavishyati. Okay. Chandrika ji, your hand is raised.
Madam, in the shloka, 19th shloka, Hanuman is with Dirgha, Hanuman. But sometimes it comes as Hraswa. Is there any difference or both mean the same?
No, we can take that for Chandas Arthe because Chandas has to be maintained. Anushtup Chandas also has some Lagu Dirgha requirements. Okay, to maintain the Chandas, sometimes Valmiki Muni would have used the word Hanuman, sometimes Hanuman. Both have the same meaning. In fact, even in the fourth Sarga, many Sargas, you would have found the word Hanuman used. That's perfectly
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, Yadi, so here, Bhavishyati, Purushartha Bhavishyati. Bhavishyati, what will it be? Yadi aham Sitam adrishtva. Aham means I. Sitam, Sita Mata, adrishtva, not having seen. Itaha, from here. Vanarendra Purim, the city of the Vanaras, Kishkinda. Gamishyami yadi, if I go. Gamishyami is also in future tense. Gamishyami, if I were to go. Tataha, then, kaha purushartaha, what accomplishment bhavishyati will be there. So without having seen Sita Mata, if I go back to Kishkinda, what would I have achieved? Nothing in his mind. So he should not go. He's ruling out the fact that he should go. Mamedam langhanam vyartham. Mamedam langhanam vyartham. Sagarasya bhavishyati. Sagarasya bhavishyati. Praveshashchaiva lankaya. Praveshashchaiva lankaya. Rakshasanancha darshanam. राक्षसानां च दर्शनम् ममेदं लङ्घनं व्यर्थं सागरस्य भविष्यति ममेदं लङ्घनं व्यर्थं सागरस्य भविष्यति प्रवेशश्चैव लङ्काया राक्षसानां च दर्शनम् प्रवेशश्चैव लङ्काया राक्षसानां च दर्शनम् together ममेदं लङ्घनं व्यर्थं सागरस्य भविष्यति प्रवेशश्चैव लङ्काया राक्षसानां च दर्शनम्. Pretty straightforward. I'm sure all of you understood the shloka also, because earlier also he said this. Mama idam sagarasya langhanam. Mama, by mine, idam, this, sagarasya langhanam, crossing over the ocean. Lankayaha praveshaha cha, entry to the city of Lanka. And rakshasanam darshanam, seeing the rakshasas, vyartham bhavishyati, will be a waste. So we understand three things here. One is three things which were difficult. One is crossing the ocean. That we all saw. First Sarga, how it was to cross the ocean. Even for a great Medhavi, Dhiman, Amaratatmajaha, Hanuman, it was an effort. 210 shlokas Valmiki took to explain how he crossed the ocean only. Correct? So, Sagarasya Langhana, big effort. Okay, so much so that in Mahabharata, when Bhima sees, Bhima is the brother of Hanuman, right? So, in the pursuit of the Saugandhika flower requested by Draupadi, Bhima goes in search of the flower in the land of the Yakshas to go to Kubera's Vana. At that time, he encounters Hanuman, who appears like a frail old monkey, right? And then he is lying there in the path, blocking his way. He plays a leela with Bhima. Refuses to, he says, if you lift my tail and move it, I'm so old, so weak, I will not be able to move at all. You just lift my tail and put it, then you can go on your own way. But Bhima tries with all his might. He is not able to lift the tail of the Vriddha Hanuman, Vriddha monkey. He looks at the monkey and says, oh, you are definitely some devata in disguise. I'm sorry. I treated you lightly and probably did not give you enough respect. I'm really sorry. Then Hanuman laughs and says, no. You are my brother only. Then meanwhile, he would have said, oh, my brother, he is the son of Vayu. He's a great Hanuman, the great monkey, the all-powerful monkey. He was describing. He just cannot mentally reconcile the picture of the frail old monkey with his superhero brother. He has a classic case of complete hero worship. So when he sees Hanuman like this, he's shocked. He said, you are only my brother. I'm so sorry. And he falls at his feet. And then his first request of Hanuman is, show me the form that you took when you crossed the ocean. That mighty form that you took, that form I want to see, because you are my superhero. When I close my eyes and imagine you, we all imagine Hanuman like that, no? Massive, with his brows furrowed in concentration, tail up in the air, okay, crossing across the ocean. That Hanuman I want to see, he asks. At that time, actually, the very, very interesting dialogues happen between Hanuman and Yudhishthira, where Hanuman explains there are 4 yugas, and in each yuga, the dharmas are different. I did this great feat in which yuga? Treta Yuga. Now what yuga are we in? Dwapara Yuga. In this yuga, my powers have come down. I can't show you, he says. And he explains all about yugas. You're taking that as a context. He explains everything about the yugas. And then he explains about dharma. And finally, on request from Bhima, he shows his form. Now, I went to the sidetrack story, but the main story here is Langhanam. Sagarasya Langhanam was a massive feat. Okay, till today, we all celebrate Hanuman for that. So, Mama idam Langhanam vyartham bhavishyati. Okay. Then what is the other thing that will become vyartham? Lankayaha praveshram. To enter the city of Lanka, he actually had to compromise on his principles and fight against a woman. Having fought against a woman, he had to hit a woman, right? In order to cross into Lanka. Having defeated a woman, he had to therefore give up on some part of his dharma. To Hanuman, dharma is most important. He gave up on some part of his dharma. The third one is a worst in his mind. Rakshasanam cha darshanam. Because of this only, I had to see these horrible Rakshasas. That would have gone waste. I have compromised on my dharmas comprehensively. At the end of it, everything has become vyartham, he says. So that way, the 3 things that costed him some effort. First one, simply physical. Second and third cost him to give up on dharma. And that he cannot bear. Vyartham bhavishyati. So he's very, very upset. Oh my God, this has gone waste. I had to see these horrible Rakshasas. And then Ravana also, no? Even earlier he says, everything can be forgiven. Seeing Ravana's horrible face cannot be forgiven, he says. No? Like that this is. Okay. seeing all the beautiful women can be forgiven because I did it as a part of my duty. But the real crime was seeing Ravana. That's what he says in the Antapura Varnana Sarga. I hope you remember. Okay. Kim mam vakshyati sugrivo. Kim vam vakshyati sugrivo. Harayo vasamagataha. Harayo vasamagataha. किष्किन्धां समनुप्राप्तौ किष्किन्धां समनुप्राप्तौ तौ वा दशरथात्मजौ तौ वा दशरथात्मजौ किं मां वक्ष्यति सुग्रीवो हरयो वा समागताः किं मां वक्ष्यति सुग्रीवो हरयो वा समागताः किष्किन्धां समनुप्राप्तौ तौ वा दशरथात्मजौ किष्किन्धां समनुप्राप्तौ तौ वा दशरथात्मजौ together किं मां वक्ष्यति सुग्रीवो हरयो वा समागताः किष्किन्धां समनु. Is it samanupraptam? Is that the reason why some hands are raised? Because I think that may be a part of Veda. Artiji's hand is raised, Rajiji's hand is raised. Artiji, is that the thing?
No, ma'am, I have
Samanupraptam, is it?
question about the 20th shloka, ma'am.
Okay, just we'll finish the shloka. It is Samanuprapta only in Giri book. I also checked once. I'll just finish the chanting of the shloka and I'll come to you. After 22nd meaning, I'll come to 20th if you don't mind. Okay, so Rajiji also just please wait. I'll finish teaching the shloka, the meaning, and we'll come to the question. Kishkindham samanu, because there is a part of Veda. Samanu praptam also makes sense. Okay, but here Kishkindham samanu praptau tau va dasharathatmajau. Together. Kim mam vakshyati sugrivo harayo va samagataha किष्किन्धां समनुप्राप्तौ तौ वा दशरथात्मजौ. So here the same question he had asked in 12th Sarga, summarizing and therefore bringing all the stakeholders in one place. Right up to God. Boss, team members, God. Everyone, what will they say? So, Kishkindham Mam. Samanupraptau tau. Okay. Dasharathatmajau. Sugrivaha Harayaha va Samagataha Harayaha va Kimmam Vakshiti is a question. What will they tell me? Who? First is Sugrivaha. What will my boss tell me? Samagataha Harayaha va. The gathered monkeys, my team members, what will they tell me? And then Kishkindham Samanupraptau. Those who had well attained Kishkinda in search of Sita Mata. Who? Dasharathatmajau tau. Those two. Who are the sons of Dasharatha? Who are they? Rama and Lakshmana. Okay. Va. Kimmam Vakshati. What will they tell me? So I am answerable before my boss, before my team members, before God. What will I answer to them? Kimmam Vakshati. What will they tell me? How will I answer them? Okay. So they'll say Asadhu. They'll say Dik Twam. They will insult me. They will say, even if they insult, they will rightfully insult me. That's how he feels. Okay, I have failed in my duty. So they will be right in condemning me. That is only guilt, no? When you know that you are wrong. When you don't feel you are wrong and somebody will just shout, you will ignore. But when you know you are wrong, you will experience serious guilt. So he's experiencing serious guilt here. Okay, so now I'll come to the questions. Artiji, please ask.
Ma'am, 20th shloka, the reference of Purushartha here would mean the act of coming to Lanka and not seeing Sita, is it?
Purushartha, okay, the word Purushartha, basic meaning of Purushartha is Purushasya Artha. Artha means goal or objective. Purusha means person. Any goal of a person is Purushartha. Okay, so any objective, accomplishment, Purushartha. Goal, Purushartha. What goal will be achieved? What accomplishment will be done? So that is the question. Why we say it as Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha is in Sanatana Dharma, Purushartha or human endeavor is motivated by four things. At the root of it all is Dharma. Dharma itself is a first goal. Artha, Kama and Moksha, which are based on Dharma, are the next three tiers. which we aim for. It is somewhat like our Maslow's needs theory. Once our basic needs are met, we move on to meet our next higher needs, and then our emotional needs, everything is met. And then finally, we want self-actualization. They say, in our Sanatana Dharma, we have a better word than self-actualization. We call it moksha. Self-actualization is realizing the true nature of the self, and that is the highest goal, moksha. So, thus we have the Purusharthas, or the 4 divisions of human effort. Okay, that is merely a division or a structure. But the word Purushartha, when you take it simply, means the objective of human effort. Right? Okay. Raji ji, did you have a question?
Ma'am, in this whole context, Hanuman is a Jnanamurti, no ma'am. So when he met Rama at the first time, he knows that Lord Rama is the avatar of Vishnu, and he can't. Is it his mental agony, or really he's worried about Sita Devi? Because he might be knowing internally in his mind that Sita Devi is the consort of Lord Vishnu or incarnation of Lord Lakshmi Devi. So is this all the mental agony of Hanuman only, ma'am, all these stanzas?
See, even Hanuman, who knows, even we know that God is there. Even we know that God will not leave us. Even when we go through suffering, we ask God, why me? Why are you making me suffer? We look up and shout at him, no? Or look at in the temple, we go and ask, why did you catch me? Or in our puja, when we pray to God, we'll say, why am I suffering this? So the same way, Hanuman also knows. But, and also more importantly, we will take Valmiki Ramayana itself as a nimitta for us, manual for life. So when we want a manual for life, we need an example. Valmiki uses Hanuman as a perfect example of a person who is taking up a difficult task, and a map of how he grows, of how Hanuman's character grows through the process of attaining the task. It is not like that Hanuman needs growth. Hanuman is a jnani, like you say. But using him as a nimitta, we see the various attitude changes, shifts, and the fact that he keeps centering himself back. You will always see the word, oh, he went back and thought a little. If you think a little, automatically sense will dawn. It is because we don't think that we do foolish things. When you think, motivation will come from within. When you think, you will see light at the end of the tunnel. When you think, then between a rock and a hard place, you'll decide, oh, you can fly away this way. Something you will be able to come up with some solution if only you think. Hanuman shows us how to think. So he is used as a classic example, a classic, teaching character. So if you take Ramayana as a purpose, as a topic of study, then this is what you will learn from Hanuman, how to work. And more than how to work, how to show bhakti to the Lord. First is that only. I mean, will you or I, trusting in the Lord, jump over the ocean saying, I'm capable of jumping over the ocean? Will we have that kind of Ananya Bhakti? No. It's classic leap of faith. That is only what Hanuman symbolizes, right? So it is all bhakti-driven effort. So when we are studying chapter 3 Bhagavad Gita and trying to understand what is Karma Yoga, chapter 4 Bhagavad Gita, what is Jnana Yoga, what is Jnana? In these cases, it becomes very dry and academic if you only understand the shlokas and their meaning. If you relate it to Hanuman, automatically you will see how bhakti drives karma, and therefore how karma becomes, great, and how karma leads to great results. Right? So he's used as a teaching example, is how you can understand him. Okay. Yeah, 22. Please ask.
Ma'am, like Purusharthas, is there this particular order given somewhere, ma'am? That was Dharma, Artha, Kama, and then Moksha, to be the perfect objective of humans?
Where is it? What is the source for saying this? It is Sanatana Dharma. I can't think of where exactly it is told. Manusmriti maybe, but Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha it is eternal. It is like the way our way of life looks at human effort. It's like a 101. Where do you define Atma like that? It's like one of the 101 things, the basic things. Let me still try to look for a source. If anyone, Radhaji or someone, if you're aware also, please tell. Where have Purusharthas been defined as the template of Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha is Rachnaji's question. Am I right, Rachnaji?
No, ma'am. The tiers, what you said, that
Dharma is the basis, huh?
Not only Dharma, then Artha, then Moksha last. Like, because somewhere I came across as Moksha should be the first.
Ultimate. First. It could be, okay. This way of understanding, in our culture, it is very flexible. For a person starting out in life, for a student, for example, even if the child is a traditional student who studies in a Gurukula, the Shastra that is taught will not be Moksha Shastra. Moksha is something that you will come to when you are ready for it. For some, it may be primary, as you're rightly saying. Like somebody may be born with the intention of I am a free being or I want to know myself, and that might be the driving goal of the person's whole life. But some may be stuck in dharma, artha, kama for many lifetimes. So when I say progression, again, that also please interpret it loosely. For some, maybe they will move very quickly from dharma to moksha, and even after having moved to moksha, they may still have something that they need to achieve for their daily existence, right? Because they have not yet attained moksha, right? So our pursuit is towards dharma, artha, kama, moksha. But the one thing that doesn't change, whatever be the case, is dharma is a substratum for everything. Right. Does it answer your question, or did I understand it correctly?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Why is it changed? Why is moksha not the first, was your question?
No, because you said that it starts with dharma and progresses to moksha. What I recently heard is that moksha can be the goal first.
Yes.
It can be interchangeable. Not that even for that reason, kama also, like if you have a very good desire based on dharma, nothing wrong in having that as a primary purushartha.
Primary purushartha. Yes, why not? Correct. In fact, that is what our dharma does not frown upon you earning money. Our dharma does not frown upon you spending money. Our dharma does not frown upon you having desires. All our dharma says is have dharmic desires. Don't steal another person's possessions. Don't be greedy. Share with others. Be good. Follow Samani dharma. Follow your specific, your varnashrama dharma. Then you will be on the right track. Is what our whole culture says, right? Which is why in our dharma only you find people giving and not telling that they give. That kind of culture and all is there only in our society, not in many others. Right?
Yes.
Radhaji, your hand was raised.
No, like as like Archana said, no, like in many commentaries only, like either Bhagavad Gita commentaries, when you read commentaries of Ramanuja, like the same, for example, no, like God's grace. Now I'm trying to see everything with Vishishtadvaita look. Okay, in all that, what it says is dharma, like you do dharma mokshartham, karma mokshartham, like dharma, artha, kama, everything for mokshartham. So it is said this way that again in all this, no, like see, again it will say asangaha for the sadhana chatushtayam, what they say, no. So everything, the fourth one is moksha. Even in sadhana chatushtayam, fourth one is moksha only. Dharma, artha, kama also moksha only. So like that, everything, no, you do. For example, in now, like few minutes ago, they asked, no, like just Purushartha, you see, even Vishnu Sahasranamam, you see, read some commentaries, it will say that in Sloka, if it comes Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, because for all four people, I am going to give what they are looking for, no? So even in that one, it says that all these should be, see, your Dharma or Artha or Kama, if it is for Mokshartham, that is different rather than self-intent, akarma, no? Karma, akarma, vikarma.
Karma binds when it is done with a sense of doership.
So, because recently I was reading one Ishopanishad. So, just 18 mantras only in that. So that karma, akarma, vikarma, that is so important, but we don't think of all these things. That's why be conscious and focus and start doing things. That itself will keep us in the right path, because I'm just doing like a machine, then no difference between something else and us, no?
Correct, true.
So that's what. So everything, all these say, every act, if it's a deserving one, then it is towards mokshartha. So that's why, as Varsha said, interchangeable.
Yes.
But
recently I also heard in this context only, Ishopanishad. Exactly.
So that's what. It's a very strong one.
Is the Moksha Upanishad, Rachnaji. It is not the beginner Upanishad also. So it is like only 20 verses and it has the entire Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Chandogya. The essence of all those Upanishads.
That's why I don't even take the names, ma'am, because I'm not. I'm not
No,
even.
no, because in that no three slokas are there just to say only Godhead knowledge is knowledge. Others are all nascents. 3 mantras are there in that. I think 13, 14, 15 or something like that. So, and then that 16, 17, 18 telling that ultimatum, only knowing God is other than that. So, it's by chance I came to see that. So, immediately I've written down just the 18 mantras and the meanings.
Nice.
So, in that also it says like that. So, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, everything towards Moksha. So, only one aim, objective, goal. I've told this before also. Everything tells this only. If your aim, objective, and goal is God, and God is going to be your like path or route or everything to get that. So, this is how somewhere like something only I would have read. So, I've written this and kept. So, everything comes to that only. Even Mukunda Mala, whatever you read, aim, objective, goal. Even this Ishopanishad tells that only. Other than that, everything is not. So if it's not, it's all said, but no, to do that only in that 18th mantra is only God's grace will give you this.
Okay.
That is the 18th mantra in that.
We start with interpretation, I think.
I don't know, it's like from ISKCON, Varsha. This book was from ISKCON.
Okay, that is what the 18th mantra actually has been interpreted. Okay, let's carry forward this discussion in different context. Okay, so we'll go back to we'll talk about this later. Yeah, 23rd shloka we'll move on to. गत्वा तु यदि काकुत्स्थं वक्ष्यामि परमप्रियं न दृष्टेति मया सीता ततस्त्यक्ष्यति जीवितम् गत्वा तु यदि काकुत्स्थं वक्ष्यामि परमप्रियं न दृष्टेति मया सीता ततस्त्यक्ष्यति जीवितम् न दृष्टेति मया सीता ततस्त्यक्ष्यति जीवितम् together गत्वा तु यदि काकुत्स्थं वक्ष्यामि परमप्रियं न दृष्टेति मया सीता ततस्त्यक्ष्यति जीवितं त्यक्ष्यति. He will lose his life. He will give up his life. Tyajadatu means to give up, renounce. Kakutstham gatva. Kakutsthaha refers to one who belongs to the lineage of Kakutstha, namely Rama. Kakutstham gatva. Having reached Kakutstha, Rama. Maya, by me. Sita, na drishta. Sita was not seen. Iti. Thus, param apriyam. Supremely undesirable. Supremely unpleasant. Vakshyami. If I say, yadi. If I say, tataha, then. Saha jivitam takshati. He will give up his life. The moment he hears the news that I have not seen Sita, Rama may give up his life. Parusham darunam kruram. Parusham darunam kruram. Tikshnam indriyatapanam. Tikshnam indriyatapanam. Sita nimittam durvakyam. Sita nimittam durvakyam. Shrutva na bhavishyati. Shrutva na bhavishyati. Parusham darunam kruram tikshnam indriyatapanam. Parusham darunam kruram तीक्ष्णमिन्द्रियतापनम् सीतानिमित्तं दुर्वाक्यं श्रुत्वा स न भविष्यति सीतानिमित्तं दुर्वाक्यं श्रुत्वा स न भविष्यति टुगेदर परुषं दारुणं क्रूरं तीक्ष्णमिन्द्रियतापनं सीतानिमित्तं दुर्वाक्यं श्रुत्वा स न भविष्यति सः रामः न भविष्यति will not be there when parusham harsh darunam dreadful kruram cruel tikshnam cutting indriyatapanam that which is unbearable by the senses which scorches the indriyas Sita nimittam durvakyam on account of Sita unpleasant words shrutva having heard sahana bhavishyati he will not remain. So Rama, on hearing these harsh, dreadful, cruel, sharp words, indriya tapanam is interesting. See, when you hear something bad, your ears, you can say, have fried. But this is said to be indriya tapanam. All his indriyas are crying. All his indriyas will be suffering. Okay, the eyes will tear up. The skin will have horripilations. It will feel horrible. It will feel clammy. Like when we receive bad news, sometimes you have noticed your palms will go cold. Right? So the skin also reacts to bad news. The nose doesn't probably breathe properly, doesn't take a breath in properly. Right? The eyes tear up. And then the ears, of course, are suffering by the bad news that they have heard. The tongue becomes like stiff, rolled up in despair because he heard horrible news about Sita. So Sita anivittam durvakyam, on account of Sita, those bad words, Shrutva having heard, Sahana Bhavishyati, he will not remain. We will see one more shloka and we will close for today. Tam tu krichragatam drishtva, tam tu krichragatam drishtva, panchattvagatam panchattvagatam भृशानुरक्तो मेधावी भृशानुरक्तो मेधावी न भविष्यति लक्ष्मणः न भविष्यति लक्ष्मणः तं तु कृच्छ्रगतं दृष्ट्वा पञ्चत्वगतमानसं तं तु कृच्छ्रगतं दृष्ट्वा पञ्चत्वगतमानसं भृशानुरक्तो मेधावी न भविष्यति लक्ष्मणः भृशानुरक्तो मेधावी न भविष्यति लक्ष्मणः तं तु कृच्छ्रगतं दृष्ट्वा पञ्चत्वगतमानसं भृशानुरक्तो मेधावी न भविष्यति लक्ष्मणः Lakshmana na bhavishyati. Lakshmana will not remain. When will he not remain? Krichragatam. One who is in a painful state. Who is in a painful state? Rama. He's heard this horrible news, so he's in a painful state. Krichragatam. Panchatva gata manasam. Panchatvam, as we have seen earlier, means death. Gata means going towards manasam. One whose mind is resolved to die. One who is mentally given up on life. Okay, Marane Krita Nischayam says Bhushana commentary. One who has decided to give up his life. Okay, Marana Sadrishe Gatam Manasam Yasyatam Ramam says Shiromani in his commentary. One whose state is so horrible that it is equal to being dead. That kind of state of mind, who is having Tam Ramam Drishtva, that Rama having seen. Medhavi, the wise one. Bhrishanuraktaha, one who is deeply devoted to Rama, Lakshmanaha, na bhavishyati, that Lakshmana. Now here, why is he known as Medhavi? Suddenly, why did Valmiki add the epithet Medhavi for Lakshmana? Here, Anantarama Dikshitar says in one of his Upanyasams that Lakshmana is referred to as Medhavi because he is the one who actually tried to prevent this whole sorry situation. He is the one who tried to prevent Sita Mata from coming out of the line that he had drawn. He is the one who tried to tell Rama, it's a Maya, dear, don't fall for it. So he was the wise one who tried to prevent the situation, but that person who tried to prevent the situation will now have no control to prevent his brother from giving up his life. So such a person will also give up his life. Na bhavishyati, he will not be there. So with this, we will stop today's class. I'll stop sharing, Rupaji.